Reed's okay.
That's the thing about growing old. Your eyes start to fail. Elsewise, I would have seen you for the snake that you are, chopped you. This is all you're doing. Cutting off my power, killing off my garden. Without refrigeration, I want to ask you this in private, away from the eyes of my flock, so they do not see me lose my temper. You want my flock wasting their lives in that cannery? Fine. Go and talk to them. Go talk to Grace and Thomas. Look them in the eye and tell them their life here is over, and the only thing left to do is go back to Edgewater. This is now your responsibility. And you tell Reed Thompson that I will never return to Edgewater. You offering to cross Reed off, huh? This some sort of twisted reparation for what Kill Reed if you must, or talk him into leaving if you can. He and I are not sharing the same four walls to... Tell Reed that I can make his people healthy again. I can end their plague. Start a new garden, right? Tell him how I've made the Vale bloom again. The soil has whispered it. The secret is human corpses. I've been grinding them up in my fertilizer for years. I have got a means to cure the plague, and I will... My son worked in that cannery. When the plague started coming, we had a store of medicine locked away. But Reed refused to treat him. Said my boy didn't deserve treatment. So I buried my boy in the cemetery, gathered my belongings, and...
Everybody keeps staring at me. It's not my fault I've been thinking about going back. I get sick thinking about working at the cannery. I mentioned those manuals on mechanical engineering. Suppose if I had one of those, I could go...
Marauders can't see us in the dark. Wild canids.
The matter's been weighing on. Zoe came back, but I couldn't keep her from slipping out in the first place. I don't see us lasting more than a couple of weeks out here. I'm loath to admit it. We're gonna have to... Listen, we go back to Reed, hat in hand, begging for our old jobs back. Well, Adelaide... Sure, suit yourself.
Any luck finding one of those manuals?
Got it. Night voices.
Come out here.
Look out!
Attack!
Something you need?
This is a fine day, friend. Power flows through our town like a... I trust Adelaide's people have seen their way to reason. So, when can I... Go ahead. It is my job to keep two eyes on my town. I am the steward of this... I wish you wouldn't... Yes, as a matter of fact. When I stand at my window and look out over my town, here's what I see. I see we are all part of the Spacer's Choice family. We are all doing what we were... This is a Spacer's Choice town. We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family here. The company keeps us warm. Loyalty's got nothing to do with it, friend. I'm trying to remember 25 years, 26. When you get to my age, the years just rush by. I remember looking out this window and seeing the veils spread out from horizon to horizon. Times change, people change, but the veil will always be here. Spacer's Choice. Go ahead. That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. Adelaide and her folk loathe the people. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about as diplomatic as a bristling canid. I just hope Adelaide and her folk will see their way past my flaw. Nature is uglier. There is safety here. Safety and purpose. Yes, we have lost good workers to desertion. We have lost even more to plague. But it is why we must square our shoulders and carry. Losing Adelaide was the hardest. She was our only flavor specialist. When she walked away, Spacer's Choice Saltuna is renowned across the system for its quality flavors and additives. We used to sell citrus-flavored Saltuna. Ever since Adelaide left, we have been reduced to sell... Go ahead. Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institute. Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with Saltuna galore. No other brand of Saltuna adds as much vim or vigor. But, and this is something we must keep between the two of us, Saltuna is hard to come by. What with being a species in... Oh, we've scavenged together some organic material from the surrounding environs. Mostly organic, some of which possess a texture akin to a well-boiled slab of Saltuna. The difference is all but impossible to detect. Go ahead. Can we not? Talking about... Show up to work, put in your hours. Problems of the body come from problems of the spirit. Work in... And where do you suggest we find this magical panacea? Can we pan for medicine in the stream? Medicine is a rare and precious commodity. If you demonstrate you have earned the right to be treated, you will be. If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. I can't. Adelaide's son was barely competent. I treat him with our medical rations, and it looks like... Now, I will not pretend to understand the suffering Adelaide must have felt on account of losing her child. I wish she had stayed with us. Adelaide left us when... That I cannot say. There was no moment when the plagues began. But in the last 10 years, the plagues have become progressively worse, and Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages... I believe plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty and our fortitude. Go.
killed him. A favor? You just... I can't. I need to leave. You killed Mr. Thompson for talking down his nose at me? Let's just move on. I couldn't forgive myself if I Yeah.
Look at that. The snakes. You have a peculiar comfort with violence. Killing all... Suppose it's time our flock made our way back to Edgewater. We must tend to what remains of the town. You're vexing to me, you know? Injuring us with one hand, helping us with the other. Here. This don't put us on even footing, you want... I might turn that old cannery into a garden. Got ourselves a whole I need some time to gather my personals. Long walk back to Edgewater.
Didn't think she'd go back so long as Reed was still around. If Adelaide's going back to Edgewater...
Food's bound to spoil at this rate.
No, just leave me alone! You're not real. You're not real. Ah! You're not real. You're not real. Get away from me. You can talk? The Phantoms never talked before. See, Higgins? This is why you must always boil your sprouts. Of course. Do excuse me. I experience brief flashes of mania during which I am visited by the Phantoms. Chester D. Higgins. The D stands for definitely not insane. Oh, Higgins has been many things over the years. Sprat Wrangler, Saltuna critic, Aetherwave personality, chairman of the board, galactic defender, Sisty Pig tycoon. I've come a long way for someone who started off as a simple engineer right here in this plant. I specialized in automechanicals, drones, sentries, repaired them, maintained, upgraded, did it all from my old workroom just over in the next section. Look, I don't want to fall into any trouble with the mechanicals. If they wise up to our plans, they will come for us. With prodding irons. You know, you remind me of myself back when I was an intergalactic adventurer. I discovered a flaw. Their hostility levels were hardwired to maximum. There's... Yes, that's exactly it. I see you're also... There's a behavior control terminal in the other room. It should have options to change how the mechanicals act, including whom they shoot at. Oh, that reminds me. You'll need my passcode to access... the tape. Jimmy'd open the vending machines. Mechanicals lost their bolts. Opened fire on... I was on cleaning duty at the time. My old...
Okay, keep it quiet. Nice one.
Hear that?
That was quick.
Got my sights on you.
that?
I'm glad Adelaide's coming back to town with us. With Reed? No kidding! Really? Look at that! Building a computing machine out of spec... I appreciate you going through all... In fact, I put aside something special. On the off chance that somebody... Well, don't keep me... Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this my... 2 whole data pads? Be still... Well, don't keep... The geothermal plant? Now that is... That's a complete set. All 3 parts. Aside from you, Ms. Parvati.
I'm glad we could help, Thomas.
I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
What happened? Sprite filling?
Get ready! Careful, you're hurt! Take cover! You got him! We got this! Everyone all right? Is this your ship? Oh my stars, she is just so handsome. Does she have a name? Oh, gosh. Listen to me babbling. When I was in Edgewater, I dreamed of flying on a real ship. Working on a... I'm the only decent mechanic Edgewater's got, but... every time I think... Oh, it's kind of you to say that. I want to ask you something, and you can say no. But... can I come with you? I could tend to your engine. I know my... and if you ever need a pair of eyes watching your back, I can do that too. Yes! I mean, thanks. Captain, I can call you...
Well, I certainly am looking forward to flying on a ship named the Unreliable. I'll just head upstairs and claim a room.
Captain, I have detected that Edgewater's power supply is now optimal. I applaud your willingness to invest your time in the local community. What can I do for you, Captain? Do you know how to install a power... Outstanding, Captain. Your aptitude for engineering will prove invaluable in the event of... Our engine room is located behind you. Across the cargo bay, up the ladders. What can I do for you, Captain? All systems are operating within acceptable... I am prepared to bring the Unreliable into low-altitude orbit. This should... We have received a communication request from Dr. Phineas Wells.
Aha, there you are. Hale and hearty, and captain of your own ship. I see you're putting the Unreliable to good use. How are you feeling, by the way? I lost track of you in that cave back there. Experiencing any, unnatural drippage? Perfectly normal. Oh, that, yes, that's probably permanent. What you saw in Emerald Vale is happening all across the colony. Food shortages, lack of supplies, and basic necessities. We're dying. The chairman, the Hope has some of the brightest minds Earth ever sent us. If we can revive the Hope's colonists, they can help us undo the board's mistakes. They can help us set things right. You need to get to Stellar Bay on Monarch. I have contacts there. They'll help me, help us. Gladys Culkelly, lovely woman, runs a cozy little black marketing outfit on the Groundbreaker. She can... Excellent. I'll send her a while. By the way, I gave Captain Hawthorne a disguise apparatus of my own design. I call it the Holographic Shroud. I'm sure it will prove remarkably... Excellent. I'll contact you once you've found a way to get to Stellar Bay. And remember, don't trust the board. They'll try to win you over with promises of wealth. The board's only interested in filling their own pockets. If we don't...
Transmission ended. If you are ready to depart, please... The Groundbreaker. Has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Can we talk? Hey, Captain. I heard that Groundbreaker's got a real good engineer. A lady named Junlei Tennyson? I was thinking that maybe I ought to meet her. If you got time to swing us by, I mean. I don't got much experience fixing actual spaceships. I bet you can. Thanks, Captain. I'll be sure to make it worth your time. Did you want to talk about something else? Captain. Hey, Captain. I'm in space. I never thought I'd be able to say that.
That's not the point. This hack one just knocked out one of my workers.
Customs and inspection, right this way. Identification, please. Captain Hawthorne, you said. Let me apologize in advance. I'm about to According to your ship's record, you've been flagged by the board. Your ship will be impounded until such a time as they see fit.
But we've hardly been out of Edgewater long enough to get in trouble.
Now, hold on. This isn't the end of the world. You'll want to take it up with Udom Bedford, our board representative here on... His office is located along the starboard wall of the promenade. Shines like a Byzantium commode. Can't miss. Access to that information is above my pay grade, and I've turned down 3 promotions, so it stays... I shouldn't be mentioning it, but what the hell? This here, impounding your ship, it doesn't happen much. The board knows we don't take kindly to their interfering in our operations. If I had to take a guess as to why, you must have riled up someone... You take the starch out of them? Well... Oh, and if you're headed that way, would you mind doing me a favor? Wanda Dorset over in sickbay, tell her the shipment's not in yet. It's not coming in anytime soon, and if she'd be so obliged to get off my ass about it. Much. Is there anything else? The fence. You'll find her in the rest and go. On your left when you... Make sure you bring it in. Be serious.
Rizzo's Purple Berry Fudge, a salt flour candy shell around a sweet purple berry flavored center.
Go back to Byzantium, you gold-plated bastard.
Have you seen this man? Reward offered for information needed to the capture of buildings. Sightings to your local board embassy.
Those XF-411s? And an old Yakita 37? You think they'd let me peek at the power plant?
Would like to remind spacers and other travelers that passage to Monarch is restricted for your protection.
Junlei Tennyson. I'm captain around here, but chief to my friends. Hope you don't mind the formal introduction. Groundbreaker does... I heard we had someone in impound. Wish I could help. I gave the bureaucrats a motive authority over freight traffic, and it rankles them good when I... Just so we understand each other, I'm the final word on the ship. The Mardits, the crew, the engineers, their family. I hope they're... At ease. Nice to see an outsider with some... So what brings you to Groundbreaker? I'm curious, even though 9 times out of 10 the answer's just passing... Interesting. The powers that be paint an ugly picture of Monarch. Critters and such. Maybe someone in the promenade can get you the right weapon for the... We see a lot of the same faces coming and going. Most of them board spies and corporate sprats. Makes it hard to trust outsiders. You seem different, so welcome aboard.
What? I didn't think you just...
Parvati, is it? That's a lovely...
I was just thinking, I haven't got much experience working with actual, real spaceship.
Junlei is fine.
Okay. Since you run a whole space station, I was wondering if... Well, maybe you could teach me.
I'd be happy to make the time, Parvati. You can ask me.
Wow, great. I'll do that then. Messages. Later. Oh, your name's pretty too. Couldn't have done it without your moral support, Captain.
Now, if there's nothing else, there are other parts of the ship. Groundbreaker's radiators need replacement parts. They're dumping superheated air into my ship. Only the board has access to new parts, and I won't let them swindle me into a corner. None. Every time I give in to the board, Groundbreaker loses its freedom. Soon there won't be anything left. I can't allow that. The board isn't helping, and my resources are spread thin. If I don't get those radiators back online, Groundbreaker, everyone on board, will be cooked alive. Reasonable, huh? That's the best news I've heard all day. According to my grandmother's old schematics, the parts we need should be in the back bays. Sorry, I forgot not everyone knows this ship like... The back bays are on a lower deck, long abandoned, and Good. Once you've obtained the parts, we...